Sapoops, we use millions of words every day, from the good to the bad to the ugly. Please, thank you, sorry, how are you? Sapoops, I don't want to be your word popo, I don't want to control how you think. It's also not every day that I complain about a phrase, but never in my life have I hated a phrase more than I've hated the phrase jati diri.
3 hours later.
Here's how it's defined. Jati diri merujuk kepada ciri-ciri unik dan istimewa seperti adat, bahasa, budaya dan agama yang membentuk kepribadian individu dan identiti sesebuah bangsa atau kumpulan. Some of you are probably being all like, what? Jati diri? I mean, like, isn't that a good thing? But I hate it nonetheless. See, jati diri is actually the phrase that is easiest to misuse. Everywhere you go, whatever teachers you meet, and under almost all circumstances, you will see people abuse this phrase to moralize. What's that? You're Malaysian, mengaku orang Malaysia tapi tak cakap bahasa Melayu. And all the different sorts of declarations out there about how our identity as Malaysians or as people in some way, shape or form have to fall into one particular box or basket of different traits such that if you move away from them, then you can't be Malay, you can't be Chinese, you can't be a Malaysian anymore. You have no jati diri, you are horrible, you should be ashamed of yourself. The phrase itself, right, is just so vague, so otherwise undefined that technically anybody out there in the world can just manipulate it for their own usage and then try to gaslight you, police you, and force you to live under a certain standard. And if you don't follow that standard, then basically these people will go out there and scream at you, declaring you have no jati diri, you have no identity. One famous example is with Anwar Ahmad complaining, saying DLP is a horrible program, all of us should speak Malay, where is our jati diri? What is the jati diri of our entire bangsa, agama? Mana jati diri kami? So here he is, obviously imposing this idea of what Malaysia or Malaysians should be like, saying that, oh, for our jati diri, we need to speak Malay. I can tell you that Anwar Ahmad is not alone in his usage of jati diri, because wherever it is that you go in this country, you will find 100, if not 1,000 different people going out there screaming about jati diri, about how you need to protect, preserve, and maintain your jati diri, even as they try to manipulate or gaslight you into adopting their specific definition of jati diri. Now, those of you who are on my channel, you probably know that I hate hypocrisy. I hate people who are fake. I hate people who moralize. I hate people who go out there and then try to push their own moral standards upon you as if they are somehow the holders of everything that is right, that is correct, and that is proper in this world. No, you're not. You think that you are, but actually you just want to go out and control people because somehow you feel that you are better than everybody else. Which is ironic because I've seen the phrase jati diri in so many different situations where people try to act like they're anti-colonials and trying to stop people from intellectual colonization, even, by the way, as these anti-colonialists try to colonize people's minds by imposing one specific idea of what people should be like. Well, here's news for you, jati diri advocates. If you really were to respect the meaning of jati diri, then you would accept that there is individuality, that people can be who they want to be, and they don't need to conform to whatever vision it is that you want. This means that as a Malaysian, you can speak English perfectly, fluently, with no issues whatsoever. You should not feel obligated to go out there and speak Malay or pretend that you cannot speak English. A good Malaysian doesn't have to be somebody who is completely fluent in Malay, or somebody who kowtows or bows to your so-called DBP injunctions, while kids speak Bahasa TikTok on the daily and mock people for even trying to speak in Malay in the first place. No, you don't get to do that. At the end of the day, really, the phrase, what it intends to do is, at core, a good thing out there. It's nice, I think, that some people want to define what jati diri is because they view themselves as moral authorities or think that they can help to influence other people. But then, sapoops, this is the 21st century, you can search things out there, it's the AI age. I think that as human beings, we should be going out there and exploring and not listening to people's dogmatism as they try to police us into submission. When I think about people using the word jati diri, I just cannot help but think, mind your own business. The road to hell is paved with good intentions. There's no need for you to go out there and then try to say that your values are superior to another person's values. That's just not the direction that we're heading in. And before you point out the speck of dust in another person's eye, maybe you want to look at the plank in your own first as well. But yeah, what do you think, Sapoops? Is my hatred for the phrase jati, diri justified? Or is it delulu? Is moral condescension actually a good thing for human society? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. And that's all to say about that, and bye.